I'm sure you're all wondering why I've gathered you here today. Hey crafters, what's up? It's Amanda here at Crafters Autonomous.
Hi, and I am Beck Pie from Beck Pie Slice of Life.
So, something that you all know as a passion of mine is crochet. Crochet involves yarn, and so, therefore, yarn is one of my passions. That sounds really weird, like, yarn is my passion. But no, seriously, I love yarn. I love going to the store and trying out new yarn, and Beck Pie here actually crochets also.
I like to crochet. I use a bunch of different yarns. And
How long have you been crocheting for?
I've been crocheting for probably, maybe 5 years now.
I feel
that's
like
how long I've known how to crochet, but the past 2 years is when I've actually started crocheting stuff.
Yeah, and she's gotten really good over the last couple years. And then I've been crocheting for probably about 8 years now, maybe something around there. So anyways, I love trying out new yarns. Beck Pie crochets and she likes to play around with yarns. So today I am going to be bringing you a yarn review, and the yarn we are going to be featuring is a yarn that we have both tried, both absolutely love. I mean, I love the yarn. Do you love it?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Okay, so the yarn I'm going to be showing today is Mandala yarn. So this is by Lion Brand. It's funny, Lion Brand has the most exotic yarns, and every time they come out with a new yarn, I'm obsessed with it. I'm like, oh, it's my new favorite. So anyways, this is one I've been using a lot lately. And so we're just going to talk through some different projects, the different yarn colors, and just what we like and don't like about the yarn. So Beck, I think you actually started working with it before I did, I think.
Yeah, I have this project here that I'm working on. I've wound it up, so I will unwind it to show you what it is.
What size hook are you using with that project?
I am using, I believe it's an H.
Yeah, that's what the yarn packaging recommends. I've used an H with it too and gotten pretty good results.
So,
look at that.
This is what I'm working on. It's gonna be kind of like a poncho thing. It's gonna be a square with a hole in the middle, and then it'll go like this, and then the other the other triangle will go across my back.
What kind of stitch is that?
This is the corner to corner crochet.
So here, let's hold this up again. Here's what makes Mandala yarn super cool, is basically it's self-striping yarn. So basically what that means is it's kind of like a variegated yarn where it changes color, but it goes in really long runs of the color, and the colors tend to kind of fade into each other more, so you have these really smooth transitions. So what's neat about this is you got all these really cool colors, these color fades, this ombre pattern, but did you have to change yarn at all?
I did not.
Yeah, so that's what makes Mandala yarn really cool, is you have these kind of random, free, just color changes in your pattern, but they're really nice color changes because the colors blend together really well, they're really pretty colors, and there's lots of options. So yeah, this is turning out super pretty.
Yeah.
How long have you been working on this for?
Oh, I've been working on it probably about a year now. I haven't worked on it in a while, but I'm gonna keep working on it.
I know, that's the problem with crochet. It's I can only buy so much yarn, but even then I still buy more yarn than I could possibly crochet with all at once. But I still think to myself, I'm like, oh, I can totally work on all these projects at once, and then nothing gets finished, right? You feel that too?
Yeah.
So I'll show one of my projects. You might remember this from last year, and I still haven't finished it, but I was working on using it to make a sweater. So I'm doing this cool cable pattern. Trying to make my loop here bigger so I don't unravel it while I'm showing you. And I'm actually using a size G hook with this, just went down a little bit smaller. And this is the same coloration as this guy. So again, it's doing the self-striping, creating these cool blocks of color, but they all kind of fade in together, and you can kind of see the cables on the front there.
This color Amanda is using is called Wizard.
Oh yeah, what was the color you showed in your shawl?
The color I used was Genie. I really love that.
Yeah, super pretty. That one's been a really popular one. I've seen lots of people doing projects with that. I don't know, I just went with this yarn for the sweater because I'm kind of making it up as I go. So I feel like as long as I have pretty enough colors and crazy color changes, that'll kind of, if it looks tacky, it'll kind of take away from that aspect. I don't know.
It's looking really cool.
We'll see. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think they're just really pretty colors, and there's lots of them. I've only mainly done these oranges and purples and pinks, but I'm getting into more greens and yellows, so that'll be cool. I've definitely got a ways to go, and hopefully I'll get it finished this coming fall. Not making any promises. So overall, is the yarn easy? Do you think the yarn's easy to get a hang of to use?
Yeah, it's easy to use. The one thing I will say, it doesn't unravel well because it gets caught on itself. So a lot of times I'll be unraveling, I'll unravel a few stitches, and then it'll get caught in like a knot. So I'll have to take my scissors and I'll just kind of snip at the little threads until it gets undone without completely cutting the yarn.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So what I love about this yarn is it's pretty standard kind of yarn.
It's very soft.
It's 100% acrylic, but yeah, like Beckpie said, it's really soft, so it's nice and cozy to work with. It's not super coarse. It's a very, it's a thinner thread. It's a lightweight yarn, but as she was saying, I think it's probably the softness. I noticed that in yarns that are softer, unless they're like silky soft, usually softer yarns, they kind of have a little more grab to them, so when you work with them, if you do a bunch of stitches, they kind of grab to the other threads of yarn. So what she's talking about is when you try to unravel a project, let's say you make a mistake or you just don't like how it's turning out, when you start to unravel it, sometimes those fibers, they tend to catch really badly, and so it can make frogging it really hard. So, yeah, that's a good point. You can, if you're careful enough, you can kind of use your scissors, get in there, kind of break it apart, but you risk cutting the yarn in half, so obviously don't do that, because then your whole thing's kaput. Yeah. So, yarn's easy to work with, but it does tend to catch and make it hard to unravel. Do you have any problems with the yarn splitting? I haven't noticed that really.
No, I haven't noticed that
It's been pretty good about that. And I mean, like she's using a size H for her poncho thing, which is what's recommended, and I'm actually using a size lower than what's recommended, but I really haven't had any problems with splitting the yarn, so that's always nice when you don't have to worry about that.
Also, I've done some projects that I use a size...
Yeah, let's show them what else we made.
G hook, and it doesn't split the yarn either. This is my first amigurumi, however you say it, project that I ever made. I made it, how long ago? About a month ago?
I don't know,
probably?
like not even a month ago. She whipped this up really recently.
I made it.
So
I worked on it like all day.
Wait, let's put it really close to the camera.
So not only is that my first amigurumi project, but that I completely made up the pattern. So you can see probably that one of the legs is bigger than the other, and the arms aren't the same size either. But I'll get better as I go on. So
yeah. I actually made a unicorn for my cousin using some of this yarn right here. This color scheme is actually called unicorn, which is kind of funny. So, like she was showing with her hippo, is this yarn actually works really well for amigurumi because both it's a fine yarn, so you can do those really tight stitches, but also you can buy one skein and potentially get all the colors you need for your project instead of needing to buy some pink and some white and some gray or whatever colors you're using. So like I was saying, I actually made a unicorn for my cousin. I'm hoping to do a video on that soon. It was a crazy week when they were in town, and if I do a video on it, I'll tell the story. So anyways, I didn't get good footage of the finished project, so what I'm hoping to do is FaceTime my cousin and be able to show you the way it turned out like that. So keep an eye out for that. If I get that out, I'll put a comment down below in this video, unless I forget, which I might forget. But anyways, and you can see how that turned out. But yeah, the hippo and the unicorn I made are great examples of how to use this for amigurumi.
Another thing I like to do, like with amigurumi, I've really started to work on a lot of projects with that and figure out like what I want to do next and everything, is I will buy a very colorful skein or cake. This one is called Gnome. This one came with a bunch of colors. It had some more oranges and yellows and reds in it.
Do you have those colors with you?
Yes, I do actually. Got a ball there. Underneath the red, it's got some oranges and yellows. But I will go ahead and roll these into balls, and I will cut the different colors out so I can have different colors that I use for different things. So like I'll unravel all the green and make that into a little ball, and unravel all the blue.
Yeah, I mean, the cakes, these are, a little bit older. I'm not doing this like right as they first are coming out. And that's something I had seen when they were first getting popular, is people would buy them and they'd unravel them to get to whatever color they want, and then they kind of have like these mini skeins of yarn. And before I had used it, I was kind of like, is that actually a smart idea? Which like I can get it from like a monetary aspect, but also it's like kind of a pain, to unwind the yarn. But actually I have used that exact same process, and that's now one of the things that I love the most about this yarn, is how you can get so many different colors in one skein.
Yeah, and then for unraveling, I actually use your hack, one of your yarn hacks, where you like stick the skewer through there and then put it on the box.
And you just keep kind of pulling it out.
Yeah. I've got this one. This is called Pegasus. It's really pretty. It has some like purples and some dark blues and a little
Which
bit
we
of
can't
white,
see because she's already rounded into a ball.
Yeah.
You like dig through things. We should just unravel the whole thing on camera so the audience can see.
Yeah.
You wouldn't mind winding that back up, right?
It only took me an hour to wind it up.
No big deal.
Here's some more of the unicorn. I bought that for some projects I was working on.
Here, I'll show you something that you might recognize these. I made these little crochet corkscrews using the unicorn skein that I have. So again, great for amigurumi. Another project of mine you might recognize. You might. Whoa! Dude! Hang on, we're gonna show you guys the sky.
I'm going outside.
That's kind of freaky. Can you shut the lights off in here?
All the umbrella lights too?
Yeah. Okay, this does not do it justice. Let me adjust the lighting to see if I can get it to be more the way it actually is. That's what the sky looks like. It's crazy. Okay, hopefully now on the screen you're seeing the really cool pictures Rebecca got. There's also a rainbow out there we saw. And she ran out in the rain and the lightning. I don't know what she was thinking.
You told me to.
No, I said get a picture, not like run out into the field. So, yeah. Okay, sorry about that interruption. Here we are back now, a little bit wet, and me with the pudding. So, let's finish talking about Mandala Yarn, which actually, what I thought when I saw the sky was like, that could be a Mandala Yarn color scheme.
We sunset.
Yeah, sunset. Ooh, I like that. We'll have to look and see if they have something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, going back to projects that I've started that I'm like not quite done with. I'm actually getting really close on this one. This scarf that I'm doing in Tunisian crochet, I'm actually using a cable technique with these drop stitches. You might remember this from a video I did a few months back. But what's really cool about this is because I'm working it in these long stripes, the color changes just kind of happen randomly throughout here. I'm also planning to use like the yellow, white, and peach color here to make some tassels for on the ends just to kind of give it a little bit more length. But it's really cool the way the colors work doing, you know, long stripes and things like this. Just kind of different. Do you remember what this one's called? Is this one Pixie?
That was Pixie.
Yes. This one is Pixie. That's the color scheme. And this one has some really pretty colors within it, just like this bluish green here. I really like the yellow, the peaches. I always like those.
The blue-green actually looks kind of like the color in Genie in my...
Yeah, I kind of do. Let's compare them. Yeah, they're pretty similar. They're actually, this one's a little more green, and yours is more blue. This one,
yeah,
it has like a mint green tone towards it.
Yeah.
Huh, cool. All right, that's all the skeins that I have. Do you have any other color skeins?
A few.
Skeins? Whatever.
One left. I've got, this is all from Centaur. It came with a bunch of browns and stuff, so again, I got it for working on amigurumi. Here's some more parts from it. Just a lot of browns.
Is it only browns or does it have any other colors?
I think it might have had a little bit of like a bluish kind of color with it, but I'm not sure where that's at right now.
Yeah, that is the downside of like attaching and detaching the colors, is then you're like, wait, which color goes with which skein now? So there you have it. That is Lion Brand's Mandala Yarn. Again, lots of projects that I've got to finish up. Lots of cool projects that Beck Pie has finished.
Yeah.
Did I have anything? Okay, hopefully I'll have a video with the finished unicorn to show that yes, I do finish projects that I start. But again, great yarn. I definitely love it. Very versatile. So hopefully this kind of helps you see the beauty and just the really unique aspects of this yarn, and maybe it gives you some ideas of what to use your Mandala yarn to crochet.
On your way out, do not forget to like this video and give her a subscribe. Don't forget to do that.
And then once you finish liking this video and subscribing to me, make sure you head over to Beck Pie's channel. Beck Pie's Slice of Life. She has lots of outdoor, crafting, life adventure, gaming videos on there. Just all kinds of fun stuff. So definitely head over there. Give her videos some watches. Give her videos some likes. And don't forget to subscribe to Beck Pie also because she's pretty cool. And then once you're subscribed to both channels, keep watching us. And as always, happy crafting. Wait, what was it that we were doing on the boat the other day? What song is that? Is that copyrighted?
I don't know.